There is a lot of money laundering here, like a lot of it. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of money laundering everywhere, but here, which is where I live, it's amazing. I mean, you have a lot of people here with a lot of money. The Dominican Republic just gave the United States control access to one of the airports.
Washington has found a willing ally in its Caribbean war on drugs. For a limited time, the Dominican Republic will allow the US to use an airbase and airport to support its controversial operation against alleged traffickers.
One of Trump's priorities is actually to invade Venezuela with the excuse of narco-terrorism. Welcome to another episode of the Dominican News. First of all, I just want to say that I hope you guys had a nice holiday with your family. We do not celebrate Thanksgiving here, but I really have a lot of American friends, and I know they're having a really good time with their families, and I hope everybody's having a great time. There is a lot going on in the world right now. The Dominican Republic just gave the United States control access to one of the airports.
Washington has found a willing ally in its Caribbean war on drugs. For a limited time, the Dominican Republic will allow the US to use an airbase and airport to support its controversial operation against alleged traffickers.
And I want those watching who see the narco-terrorist drug boats blowing up to understand that we're deadly serious about this mission.
This is what they said is because of fighting against drug cartels, but I also think that this has to do with Venezuela. I'm not sure if some of you guys are aware of what's going on right now in the Caribbean. There is a lot of military presence of the United States all over the Caribbean. They say is to fight the narco-terrorism, but they really want to get into Venezuela. I don't know if you know that there is a dictator in Venezuela. His name is Nicolas Maduro, and he's been there now for many, many years. And according to the U.S. intelligence services, the guy is the boss of a cartel. But don't forget that Venezuela is a super wealthy country. They have a lot of oil. I think it's one of the top five countries with more oil in the world. I mean, they have oil for everyone. However, because of this dictatorship, Venezuela right now is going through too much misery, and poor people and all of Venezuelans are leaving the country to go to the United States and to come to the Dominican Republic, and they're all over the world. But right now, one of Trump's priorities is actually to invade Venezuela with the excuse of narco-terrorism. But they just want to take that country, and they have the perfect excuse, which is this guy, the dictator Nicolas Maduro. But on top of that, the Dominican Republic is, when it comes to narco drugs and stuff like that, we're like in the middle of the Caribbean. So this is the perfect spot for transportation. I mean, every drug going to Europe has to come through here or Haiti. Haiti is like Haiti in the Dominican Republic. It's like a warehouse. It's like a warehouse full of kilos and shit like that. You have a lot of that going on here, and you have a lot of drug lords that they are politicians here. They have the money to buy those positions. So I honestly think that this year Venezuela is gonna be invaded by the United States, and that's gonna create some situations because, as I said before, Venezuela is one of the main exporters when it comes to oil, and I guess that's if the U.S. takes control of that, probably they're gonna be there for a long time. You know what I'm saying? They will put whatever president they want, the one that feeds their interest. So things are very, very hot in the world right now, especially in the Caribbean. When you come to Santo Domingo, you're going to see like a lot of buildings, huge buildings and towers and plazas, malls. You see a lot of that. And most of that is actually financed by drug money. I mean, you see places that from one day to another. Like in one day, you see there that's empty, and you come back in about a month, and then you see a whole bunch of buildings there and businesses, and you say, where did that money come from? I mean, money is not coming from the trees. It's coming from somewhere, and there is a lot of money laundry here, like a lot of it. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of money laundry everywhere, but here, which is where I live, it's amazing. I mean, you have a lot of people here with a lot of money investing, and you say like, how are you going to get that money? How are you going to make profit out of it? But they just want to get that money through the bank system, and it's going to be laundered. Money laundry is so crazy here that sometimes they make like a whole bunch of apartments, and when you go to buy one, they tell you no, they've been sold. And you're like, when you sold them all? And yes, they've been sold. It's clearly you see places here that's clearly like 100% money laundry. You have a lot of lotteries here, like in the Dominican Republic, you will see a lot of gambling as well. And the best way to launder money is actually in the gambling system, because there is literally not a perfect way to control all the money that come in and out. Like there is a lot of money coming in all the time, and the authorities, it's pretty hard for them. Of course, if you're gonna do that, you need people in power to do that. Otherwise, you're gonna get caught. You need to be like allied with politicians if you want that shit to work. You need those connections. You need that, definitely. Especially women. You see like a lot of women, like pretty beautiful women, that you see them in very expensive cars, and you're like, I know some of them. Like, how do you get that? Because I know you come from. How do you get those cars? And then when you do a little bit of research, you notice that she has a boyfriend or a husband, and that husband is doing something weird. I have a friend of mine that we went together to school, and we went together to high school, and she was not a good student. She was like an average person, and I know her family. I know that she doesn't come from a wealthy family, and she lives in a very nice apartment. She has like nice cars. She doesn't work. But one day I saw her husband, and her husband was from Colombia, and was like, there you go, I know what's going on here. I saw the husband, and I saw a couple of businesses that she's like in charge of those businesses, and I'm like, okay, here is the explanation. This society is so crazy that you are gonna have like a very poor neighborhood right here, and one block away you have like super wealthy people. Oh my God, man, it's life here is, the balance is very unbalanced. I mean, I understand, but I don't understand. I understand what's going on, but at the same time, I'm like, what is going on here? If you live here, like in a normal neighborhood, you can find a very nice apartment with $300. With $1,000 a month, if you live like a normal person and you find an apartment of $300, then the other $700 is gonna be okay for you to buy your groceries. You're gonna pay your bills. Okay, you're cool. But if you want to live like a very luxury life, then you will not be able to make it with $1,000 a month. If you are willing to live like a normal human being with $1,000 a month in the Dominican Republic, you will, as long as you don't get yourself into debts and owing the bank and getting credit cards. Then that's not gonna be enough. Society here is divided like in too many layers. You don't have like poor, middle class, and rich. No, you have like poor, like the extreme poverty, and below extreme poverty you even find people that got less than extreme poverty, and then you got like the middle class. But in the middle of poor people, the middle class, you got the people that are struggling, and then you have like super wealthy. You have rich people, and then super extremely wealthy people that you don't understand where all that money came from. You do the research, and you don't find like he didn't play baseball, he's not a famous actor. Where did all that money come from? Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting the Dominican news. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Love you all.